Welcome to Monday, January 27th. Thanks for listening to the Day Weather Podcast. Well, this week is going to be not that much different than the past week, although we have a little bit more weather to talk about. We continue to see Pacific waves come through. We're going to have three separate ones coming through this week. One coming through today and tonight, another one midweek, and then another one as we get to the end of the week. These are Pacific waves, meaning the air behind them isn't terribly cold, so no one's going to get real cold. And these Pacific waves recently have been focusing most of their snow on the mountain slopes, and that'll be the case this week. However, we do expect a bit more in the way of snow shower activity to make the plains east of the divide, especially with this first front as compared to the last couple of weeks. We're looking at snow showers, likely, especially over the mountains and the western slope of Colorado and Wyoming today. Then later this afternoon and tonight, there will be snow showers getting over the divide. We expect the best chance of accumulating snow to be in central and south central areas of Wyoming, places like Casper, Rawlins, Medicine Bow, maybe up to the Gillette, Newcastle area, over to Sundance, over to Rapid City. In those areas I just mentioned, about maybe 1 to 3 inches of snow. Same for places like Douglas and Lusk. We expect scattered snow showers for places like Cheyenne, Laramie, down to Denver, Fort Collins. And then on the eastern plains of Colorado into western Kansas, we'll see some rain, snow shower activity, and areas of fog across western areas of Kansas, northeast Colorado, and into southwest Nebraska. But the speed of the system will keep anybody from getting clobbered with too much snow. The mountains will see the heaviest amounts of snow. Then a smaller wave comes through, not as strong, but snow shower chances again will move in on Wednesday. Then there's another system late Thursday into Friday that'll come on through, and the results are going to be similar. With this Pacific air coming in, temperatures are going to be close to average. A couple of days, maybe staying in the 30s, a couple of days in the 40s. That's actually very comfortable temperatures for late January. Now, over the weekend, we're going to see some changes. But the first change that we see is actually a little bit of a warm-up coming. But the warm-up that's coming is going to be because it's going to get colder later. What we're going to see is a trough come in out of northwest Canada and move down the Pacific Northwest coast, bringing a southwest wind and some high pressure into the high plains and Rockies as we get into the weekend. So we may actually, over the weekend, get pretty mild, could see some 50s and 60s and have some good weather. But the same reason it's going to get warm this weekend is the same reason that it could get quite a bit colder next week. We see a weather pattern change evolving next week to where it looks colder. It looks like we're going to see the colder weather move further west. It's been bottled up more in Canada and areas to our north and east, but we may see a large area of high pressure developing up into Alaska and Gulf of Alaska next week. That will displace some really cold air that's up there right now and push it further south. So this week is going to be a lot like the last few weeks, where we have these fast-moving fronts. The mountains get snow, and areas near the mountains get snow, but no one really gets much. A warm-up this weekend could be a really good weekend. Then it gets a lot more wintry as we head into next week. And that's something we're going to keep an eye on and keep you informed on as we get closer. We still have a lot of disagreement on our long-range charts. They've had a real hard time this winter trying to adjust to all the changes out in the Pacific Ocean. And we're seeing that on anything that you look past a week to 10 days out. But we do have confidence building that next week's weather, as we get into February, is looking colder for the Rockies and High Plains as compared to the relatively mild weather we've had here over the last 3 weeks. Thanks for listening to the Day Weather Podcast. Talk to you on Tuesday.